Well, the new Grease prequel may not be all that you want. Got a story for you here at Fox News because the new Grease prequel has gone woke. We're talking way out in left field woke. And this is a story by Joe Silverstein. It says here the Paramount Plus spinoff will feature themes about racism, gender nonconformity, and sexual orientation. Ooh, baby. A new woke TV show based on Grease will reportedly feature a new song about white supremacy, with lyrics about the exclusion of those Jewish, Asian, brown, or black, single women, or gay on the wrong side of they. Can we say train wreck? Grease Rise of the Pink Ladies. Now, I saw Grease live in person. You've got to see it live. You can't watch Grease. I'm sorry, when I watched the movie, it just ruined it for me. You have to watch Grease live. That's the best way to see it. And it really is a snapshot of what life was like back in the 1950s, 1960s. But this is a new TV show that serves as a prequel to the original hit film. They debuted in the 1970s. The show is set to take place 4 years before the original, but with various messages about identity politics. Can I tell you something, Paramount Plus, Hollywood? They were talking about homosexuality and women's rights and transgenderism in the 1950s and the 1960s. Where have you people been? You know that scene in Rebel Without a Cause where Sal Minio's character asks James Dean if he can spend the night and they can have breakfast in the morning? What do you think that was about? He had the hots for James Dean's character. Its stated purpose is to explore sexual orientation, gender expression, and racial identity. The Daily Mail reported Thursday, quote, family favorite tunes will be re-sung alongside new musical numbers, including one about white supremacy. Oh, I just can't wait to hear what that sounds like. Well, the 1950s student population at Rydell High School will be refilled with a varied mix of LGBT and, oh, they forgot the Q in the I here, and black high schoolers unseen in the 1978 hit. Well, maybe the reason that they weren't seen in the 1978 hit, Paramount Plus, is because maybe they weren't the best actors at the time for the role that these people were looking for. I mean, if you're talking about a kid who's on the wrong side of the tracks, who's Italian, are you going to have a black play somebody who's Italian? No, I don't think so. The female lead cast reportedly includes gender non-conforming, non-binary trans actor. So we got a trans actor involved with this. I can't even pronounce the last name. Notartamaso, who plays Cynthia, described as a non-binary, well, there you go. We'll have a non-binary, fruitless, whatever you want to call it. Non-binary tomboy who struggles to fit in alongside her multicultural bandmates. Oh, this is going to be bad. I can just see the ratings for this now. It's going to tank. The new song about white supremacy in the club animates rich white country club members, quote, out of an oil painting to sing about white supremacy. When you're in the club, quote, we've got each other's backs as long as you're not Jewish, Asian, brown, or black. Single women or gay on the wrong side of they, the lyric include. How about the Irish? The Irish were still being treated like crap in the 1950s and the 1960s. No mention of the Irish here? Quote, Grease Rise of the Pink Ladies will also feature topics such as half Latina and half Italian student running for student body president after being bullied, a Mexican-American student coping with an inappropriate relationship between herself and a teacher, and more. Nothing's new here. Remember West Side Story? Although that was about two gangs fighting against each other. I think one was Puerto Rican The show started streaming April 6th on Paramount Plus with 2 episodes, with the next 8 to be released weekly. The prequel has drawn praise from some, particularly on the political left, for what they described as its cultural relevance. An op-ed published by CNN, good old CNN, Thursday praised the series for providing audiences with both nostalgia and an edgier, diverse, more socially relevant content. There were a lot of films in the 1950s that film, Rebel Without a Cause, was very controversial when it came out. When Psycho came out, it was a very controversial film, and I'll tell you why, because it was the first time that you saw somebody flush a toilet in a movie. And I think pretty soon, once people get a copy of this, they're going to want to flush it down the toilet. The piece noted that Grease 2, which came out in the years following the original, failed because it featured a romance between a tough girl and a weak boy. Well, that's changed, hasn't it? Quote, the formula was soundly rejected, as were the much closer to R-rated musical numbers the author wrote. And they've got a picture here of 2 of the original cast members, Olivia Newton-John and John Travolta. Fortunately, Olivia Newton-John, she's passed away. And this is the scene where they're on the beach. Entertainment has become the latest battleground for America's culture wars in recent years. Disney, for example, has rebooted The Proud Family, a cartoon that argued America was founded on racism and was highly critical of white people this season. Leftist bias and identity politics messaging has pushed some parents away from Disney and toward more alternative sources of content. And they still don't get this in Hollywood. People want to go to a movie to escape. They don't want to be preached at from the silver screen or the blue screen or in the concert hall. So I thought I'd share this with you. The Grease prequel, something about pink ladies here, is going full woke. We got a trans actor, trans character. We're going to talk about racism, gender nonconformity, and sexual orientation. Let me read that line from that song again here. Jewish, Asian, brown, or black, single women or gay, on the wrong side of they. What's the other lyric to this? Here, let's see. When you're in the club, we've got each other's back. As long as you're not Jewish, Asian, brown, or black, single women or gay, on the wrong side of they. That's the second part of the lyrics here. This is going to be a disaster. This is going to be a total disaster. I guarantee it. But they're not doing anything new here. Not doing anything new here. Remember the movie Tootsie or Tu Wong Fu? Where have you people in Hollywood been? So if you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. You can also follow me at Instagram, #JasonComposes, because I write music in my spare time. Or you can find me at Cultural Confederacy at CulturalConfed1 on Twitter. This is the Cultural Confederacy saying peace out. Stay safe, everybody. God bless this thing we call the United States. And you know how we do it here. This is where the past crashes with the present. I'll catch you next time.